Good evening, everyone. It is September 17th, and it is API night number 22. Welcome, YouTube viewers. We're really excited to be joined by you this evening. And we also have Amanda from Vonage joining us as well. For those of you who are not familiar with our program, we're in week 7 in CC22, our 22nd cohort. So week 7 of our program is API week. This is a week in the immersive program where industry partners from our community graciously donate their time, mentorship, staffing, and support to our students to help them on their journey as engineers. Specifically, they release their API to us and give us technical support to our students so that they can build really cool apps with a real-world API. And for that, we have Amanda from Vonage. We would like to have Amanda share a couple of words in the beginning. And are you good to go? All right, please take it away.
Everyone, I would just like to confirm if I'm sharing my screen correctly.
Yes, you're doing good.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much for having me. Hi, everyone. I'm Amanda Cavallaro, a developer advocate from Vonage, and it's a pleasure to be here with you today. So I'm from Vonage, and we would love to help you build connected applications. We have APIs for voice, video, messaging, and much more. Whether you want to make and receive phone calls with code, reach users across multiple platforms, we've got you covered. You can also easily integrate our APIs with social chat apps or even build in-app voice and messages experience on mobile and web. We are very, very happy to be collaborating with you during this hackathon. It's been a fun couple of days, and we really want to see the things that you've built using our platforms. It was very interesting because we were in different parts of the world, and it was nice to see that the things that we offer in our APIs were actually being used during these days. May it be access to the camera, to the microphone, to video. So we really would like to see the things that you've built. I am part of the developer relations team, and we are here for you. So probably during the hackathon, you checked some of the things on Stack Overflow, on GitHub, on our documentation. And from our team, we would really love to make that experience as easy and enjoyable as possible. So a quick overview, we have a number of different APIs on our platform. We have some of the communication APIs, the use case APIs, management APIs, and we also have a number of SDKs available in different programming languages. So if you're watching us, let us know in the chat which are the programming languages that you're interested. We probably have an SDK for you to get started with our APIs using the programming language that you already know. So let me just quickly say a couple of words about some of our APIs. We have the Messages API that allows you to send messages via different channels, such as SMS, Facebook Messenger, Viber, WhatsApp. We also have the Voice API that allows you to be in control of your voice applications over the cloud. It makes it easier for you to integrate audio functionality into your applications, both using our programmable phone numbers and in-app. We have powerful voice functions that can help you build with the technologies you're already familiar with. The Verify API that enables you to confirm that you are talking to the person you're actually talking to. So you can contact a user at a specific number so that you can reach users at any time by ensuring that you have the correct phone number, protect against fraud and spam by preventing one user from creating multiple accounts, add extra layer of security to help confirm a user's identity when they want to perform certain activities. We see a lot of these this type of activities being used nowadays, especially when you're confirming yourself for events and many things out there. Many applications are using this, so it's a very interesting API to get to know, to use more. The video API, which seemed to be the favorite for the people during this hackathon, the video API makes working with video super easy, even cross-platform. You can gather your group with the video API. It's great for live interacting video calls, virtual tech support, scheduling appointments, remote learning, and more. So it was just a very quick introduction. And if you'd like to learn more, for the developers who would like to hear and try out our APIs, we have a couple of resources for you. You can go on developer.nexmo.com and try out some of our examples, see what this is all about. You can also go on learn.vonage.com. We have tons of different cool ideas and projects and tutorials, and just sharing the life of what us at Vonage here are doing. There's a lot going on in there, and it's our way of kind of communicating and sharing more with you about what we've been up to and things that you could do using our APIs. So we are out there on the internet. We would love to connect with you on social media. So here's our website, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, blog, LinkedIn, email. You're going to find us there. So we're here for you. Thank you. Thank you very much for having us from Vonage today once more. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Amanda. I think it was just recently that, screen share and, camera streaming, became part of the official web API on, HTML. So I think this is like the next step in having, developers be able to make these amazing peer-to-peer video platforms, with authentication, all that. So yeah, looks really exciting. Thank you, Amanda.
Thank you.
All right. So we would next like to move on to having our students' presentations. Before that, though, I would like to go into a little bit more detail about this Industry Partners Week. So we just mentioned what this Industry Partners is, right? But we're exactly at the half point of the curriculum. And the beginning of this half point week is a jam-packed day where students have to do something called a halfway review, where they have to build a full stack app from scratch in one day. And through doing that, they have to review everything that they learned from the beginning of this course. And then from day 2, next we ask them in their second ever team project to build a full stack app, again, from scratch, with the additional requirement being that they have to use an API. So in this case, with Vonage's API. So these apps you'll be seeing tonight, these are exactly the apps we've mentioned. They've been prepared over 3 to 4 days. And yeah, I think you'll be impressed with what they've come up with in such a short time. Again, these students all just started this course 6 weeks ago and have gone from, struggling to from, basics like objects, prototypal hierarchy loops, to being able to build a full stack application and deploying it on the internet. All right. Well, next I would like to then pass it over to Team Subarashi. Guys, please get ready to present in a second. In the meantime, let me tell you a little bit about their app. Their app they call CollabSpace. Using the Vonage API, they have decided to make a remote team collaboration app. All right, team, are you guys ready?
Yes, we are.
All right. Remember to share your screen and yeah, please take it away. Excellent.
Hey,
right.
Thank you, Sebastian, for the introduction. And once again, thank you, Vonage, for giving us the opportunity to work with you guys and your wonderful APIs. First, I'd like to introduce myself, the team. We are Team Subarashi, and my name is Stephen Batman. I was the tech lead for this project, along with Greg and Reiji, who worked on the full stack, and Takuya and Yukimi, who are our resident design and front-end experts. So, given the state of the world today as it stands, remote communication has become as widely used as it ever has been. Now, this has created a slew of new grievances and problems that people face on a daily basis. With many of us using apps such as Google Docs or Slides, Zoom, and/or Discord, it can become overwhelming and increasingly more complicated to manage team communication across so many different platforms. Another pain point we noticed, and I'm sure everyone else is aware of, was the disconnect between actually working on a document and interacting with the collaborators at the same time. Now, in person, this was all done naturally and is more or less second nature. However, with online communication, individuals often have their focus shifted between either full screen docs page or Zoom call with slides being shared. But being able to not only see faces, but facial expressions is also crucial to maintaining that feeling of connection and teamwork. In fact, in the creation of this app and presentation, we encountered many different use case scenarios. Now, with CollabSpace, we aim to provide a simple and convenient solution to collaborate on files together while maintaining that connection by incorporating these editable documents with the video conference room within the same view. Now, the way we sought to accomplish this was to allow users to create what we call workspaces. Within these workspaces, users can hold documents such as Google Slides or Google Docs, and then they are able to bring these workspaces into a collaboration room, or it can be worked on by multiple users. Now, for app goals, our primary app objective was to make online collaboration with the team more interactive and to provide that in a simple and easy to use format. Now, ultimately, we envisioned that this app could be used by anyone working within a online team environment. Yukimi is going to describe a little bit more specific detail of the sample persona of who might actually use this app.
Hi, everybody. My name is Yukimi. So we have a specific persona for our product. His name is Tanaka-kun, 28 years old Japanese, who lives in Tokyo. He teaches Japanese to people outside of Tokyo over video chat on the weekend as a side job. But he has a problem. We can solve Tanaka-kun's problem with our app. He needs to open both a video chat and Google Docs, but he wants to focus on Google Docs while also seeing his student faces to make sure they are understanding what he's teaching. So we combined video chat and Google products together. So Tanaka-kun doesn't need to open many apps and focus on his Google Docs. So now he's able to provide students learning experience that is as close to on-site as possible. I pass baton to Greg.
Thank you very much for passing the baton, Yukimi. All right, so let's jump into a really quick demo of the application. So as you can see right here, we are on the landing page of our application. And let's try and add a new workspace for our users. So you can see the untitled workspace was just added into our list of workspaces. So let's try and change the name. Let's give it something more recognizable. Let's call it Collab Workspace, because that's a fantastic name. And next, let's choose which users are able to join and participate in this workspace. So next, I will be adding in 3 different files from my Google Drive. The first one is a simple document called Apartment Ideas. The next one will be an educational Google slide of sort about a heap sorting algorithm. And lastly, I will be adding in a spreadsheet for my commuting expenses. Yeah, so here we can see that the name change has reflected and we have Collab Workspace. So yeah, there I am. You can see the participant video on the right side of the screen, the document in the middle, and then on the bottom we have workspace controls where you can access the different Google documents available here. And yeah, you can just go right in there and edit. So here I'm just going to add from CC22 into my title. Let's see my commuting expenses. So because we use Google Docs, you're able to display in multiple languages. There's no issues with Japanese, for instance. So I want to think of some good apartment ideas aside from getting canvas prints and sofa beds, right? Like, so yeah, let's have Reiji and Yukimi come in and join me. And let's just try and work out together. Some great ideas for my apartment. So yeah, maybe like a queen size race car bed from Reiji. That's a fantastic idea. I love it. So as you can see, all of our users are currently editing the same document at the same time. And yeah, those are all of those edits are being updated in real time. I'm getting a little giggly up in the corner, so I muted myself so I don't embarrass myself in front of my team. And I just can't stop laughing, so I have to turn off my video for a moment. So yeah, and they're just going to keep working while I'm away. Yeah, I turned my video back on. I've regained my composure, and you know, I think this looks pretty decent. I think we've come up with some great ideas. Our squirrel fur rugs and pink cartains. So yeah, everybody's going to exit out of the room, and yeah, it's just easy and smooth to join in and move. All right, now I will pass it on to Reiji for a little tech talk.
All right, so I will briefly explain the tech stack that we used for our project. So on the front end, in order to create a single page app that is responsive and dynamic, we used the React library. And to err on the side of caution, since we weren't completely certain what our structure would be like, we started the product using Redux for state management. And on the side, we also use Materials UI to speed up the process of creating some components that without having to personally customize them. And over on the back end, the server was constructed using Node.js and Express. This is because we didn't foresee any problems regarding overfetching or underfetching or anything like that. So instead of using a GraphQL-based API, we opted to use a RESTful API. For our database, we used Postgres, and to access the contents of our database, we used a query builder called Knex.js. And for the video stream that you could see on the right side of the demo earlier, we used Vonage's video API. And by using Vonage's video API, that also opens up the possibility for future improvements as we can now access their other available APIs to build features such as in-chat, in-workspace messaging, or direct messages, or perhaps even adding alternative ways to contact participants in a group. And this was all deployed on Heroku. So to reiterate the general workflow of the app, so the user will load the app, which will lead directly to the dashboard. And then from there, the users can configure a existing room, they can create a new room, or they can join a currently ongoing room from another user. And upon entering the room, the users can give the web application access to their camera and microphone so they can interact with other users in the room. For the sake of the presentation, we did not showcase the voice chat feature, but that was in fact accessible. And once inside the room, users can work on any files loaded in the room with the other members of the room. It'll update in real time. They can chat without delay, and that's basically how it functions. So over on the backend and database, so for the server, we opted to use express.js. As you can see in the graphic at the bottom, our data is fairly simple. There was no need to concern ourselves with the optimization regarding overfetching and underfetching. So express.js and a RESTful API was appropriate. For our database, we use Postgres as the data is in general related to one another in at least one way. And so using a sequential database instead of a non-sequential alternative was efficient for us. And since there was no particularly complicated operations that needed to be performed when accessing the database, we opted to use Knex.js as its simplicity made it fairly suitable for our needs.
Okay, yeah, I'm talking about challenges while we were building the app. So session IDs. At the beginning, a user could only create a room with a single ID so that the user could only go to the same video chat. And team workflow. So working with the team provided challenging as there were many issues such as merge conflicts, differing ideas, and bottlenecks. Although we tried to plan to as much as possible on one day, issues came up that we were not anticipated and caused other people's work to slow down. Given that we were all new to development, I'm sure this is a common issue. However, this proved to be one of our team's biggest challenges during this hackathon. Workspace configuration component. When you are begin to configure the workspace that is already created, it would push the same data without checking it's existing or not in the database. That is all for the challenges. I pass it on to Stephen.
All right, so with future features that we wish to implement, most of the major ones were also centered around communication. And I do believe that if we sort of flesh this out with more time, Vonage would actually be the perfect solution to help us. For example, we wish to have a direct message feature where collaborators can message each other inside the app and coordinate times, topics, etc. This would ultimately help our goal in eliminating the need to use additional apps for the purpose of collaborating. And similarly, we wish to add a group chat within the room so that people can post messages or notes similar to how you would in Zoom. And lastly, I would just like to thank Vonage once again for letting us use their APIs, and especially to Amanda, Clarice, and Dwayne for joining us during this hackathon, providing their valuable insight, time, and knowledge. I think I could speak for the team when I say we enjoyed being able to work on and implement these cool features such as video chat, and that this was definitely a great learning experience for all of us. And I hope that as all of us continue down our development careers, we're all able to stay in touch and continue working together. Because personally, I know that whenever I have a communication need for a project, Vonage will be my first thought. And thank you once again, and everybody have a good night.
All right. Thank you, Team Subarashi. All right. Yeah. Thank you again. I think your app collab space is pretty cool. Already in our school, we have this thing where we have to use Zoom for lectures, right? And then we have to use Slack for messaging, sometimes Discord, and then we have to, of course, have the browser open for all of our productivity apps, right? Having everything in one space, this could really reduce the cognitive load for everyone, including students and staff, and probably make our computers happy, probably perform better. All right. Yes. Thank you, guys. You guys can leave the stage when you're ready. Yeah. So once again, thank you all students. Thank you, Amanda from Vonage. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope all of you watching will join us in congratulating the students at making it this far. Please leave us comments on our YouTube, our Twitter, etc. Yeah, feel free to put in all the memes. If you noticed any Easter eggs in their presentations, call them out. There's so many. I love those. Once again, thank you, Amanda, for donating so much time for our students this week. And actually, I believe it's not just Amanda. There's also Dwayne and Clarice from Vonage. Once again, thank you. We really appreciate you. In closing, I just want to announce a couple of important things coming up for this cohort, CC 22. First off, since week 2, these students have individually been preparing 25-minute tech talks on a topic of their choice. We have a couple of pretty cool topics, so do please keep your eyes out for new video posts that we'll have on our YouTube channel. Keep your eyes out. Second, in about a month, there will be fully fledged engineers presenting to you once more for Demo Day. So please mark your calendars for that. I will post the Demo Day date in the stream shortly. All right, that's it from me. Once again, thank you, everyone. Good night. Thank you for your continued support. Take care, and I will see you guys at the next event, hopefully Demo Day. All right, good night.